E aí pessoal, beleza? Bom, hoje tô aqui para mais um vídeo da série de Genshin Impact.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Vamos continuar, né? Se você quiser ver essa série desde o início, eu vou deixar um card aqui em cima. E, se puder, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho. Ajuda demais, beleza? Que Zombie tá triste? Olhando pra baixo? O que você tá vendo aí? É o tapete, cara. Nunca viu tapete? Pelo amor. Bora, vamos pegar os prêmios aqui, ó. Pegar os prêmios. E vamos seguir a missão. Don't rush, meu parceiro, né? Vamos lá, ó. O Alvorecer das Rosas. A continuação do Festival Sub-Zero. Converse com Dani no local do mercado. No local marcado. Você participou do Festival Sub-Zero, mas o que encontrou foi um sentimento de déjà vu. Né? Pô, será que a gente teve que repetir tudo, velho? Que a gente tinha parado exatamente aqui, né? A missão de ontem, a gente parou aqui, ué. Será que o jogo repetiu porque a gente tem que... não tem como salvar nessa parte aqui? Acho que é por causa disso, velho. Então, galera, pera aí, ó. Meio que repetiu a missão. Eu já cortei pra onde a gente parou, tá bom? Que essa aqui pedir informação pro pessoal aqui da bancada. Foi onde a gente parou no vídeo passado, tá bom? Então vamos lá. Vamos ver.
Hey, it's you guys again. Where's your cultured friend?
She's feeling...
I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. I harvested them from the forest just yesterday.
Você está com a sensação de reviver sempre o mesmo dia?
Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest yesterday, and I'm selling produce here today.
To put it another way, if you really think about it, was yesterday...
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two daydreaming? Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream with.
Tá.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone dreaming?
Você se lembra do que ele disse? As pessoas de Sumeru não sonham.
True. It's so weird that people here don't dream. Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up a long time ago.
Eu acho que eu tenho que chegar no cara lá, mano, e falar a opção errada. E aí, cara da alquimia?
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person?
Mas eu não sei se está relacionado à sua adivinhação.
Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate. You just hadn't fully understood its significance yet.
You're really excited about this, huh? That's exactly why we came...
Help you better understand it? Well...
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue?
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into?
Nós estamos presos no dia do festival.
Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys just lost your wallet or fell for a scam. What
Cara.
you just said. Are you serious? Does that kind of thing...
Paimon knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The moon.
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like it's related to what's going on. Can you read any more into it?
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific is beyond the reach of mere mortals. The book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will shoot.
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just fortune-telling. It's no good for we haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk
O
to?
cara do pote.
Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again?
Ela se preocupa com Dani. Vamos tentar falar com ela para ver se a Dani é real.
Yeah. If we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a mercenary, then she'll definitely take us seriously. At this time of day, Dia's probably just finished beating up those kidnappers.
Vamos lá. Eu falaria com o cara da venda ali, mas enfim. Só fala a opção errada que quebra, meu parceiro.
I'm fine, my lady. It's just
Aqui
a
ela
scratch.
machucou por causa da luta, né? Tá logo depois da luta.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous
Uma gangue de sequestradores. Você derrotou a gangue de
You
sequestradores?
saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could have went all out. Anyway, can you do something for me?
You want the traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get that right?
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Pessoas de Sumeru não sonham. O espadão de Deia. Resultado de aviação. Eu acho que é aqui, ó. Resultado de aviação.
The moon, illusions, and lies. What did they all mean? That doesn't sound right.
Ué?
I need to carefully think things through.
Ah, quer saber? Clica em tudo aí, vambora.
The moon, the moon.
Ó, tinha clicado, não? Espadão de
Dia
Deia.
sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then she was injured because she wasn't used to her new weapon.
Tell her, traveler.
Tô perdido, tô no loop infinito, tô doidão. Você ficou ferida porque não está acostumada ao seu espadão? Que é antes dela contar, né? Não é? É antes dela contar pra ela que vendeu o espadão, não é isso?
I didn't tell anyone about that.
É aí, ó.
Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the...
All right. So this is the situation.
Você explica? Tá, agora entendi.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type,
Você
but
não
we do
reparou
have basic
nada
common
de
sense.
anormal com Dani?
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and real...
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but... Her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest on the bench over there.
My lady, are you angry?
Vem comigo que eu mostraria as evidências pra você.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip. Miss Dunyarzad isn't completely safe here.
Certo. Vamos lá. A gente vai levar pra Nárida lá, ó. Então, peraí. Pô, só atravessar pra lá. Tá dando umas travadas, daqui a pouco para. Tá bom? Eu tive que repetir a primeira parte da missão que eu fiz no vídeo ontem. Tive que repetir até o momento que a gente tinha que conversar com os vendedores. Pronto.
Nahida, we brought a friend. Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking to?
I
Ela
told
não tá
you
vendo?
two are special. Other people can't see me or Miss Dunyarzad here.
Olha só.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
E lá, você consegue vê-la?
Wow, how perceptive. Does she have invisible?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma. How did you know she was here?
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of...
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been repeated.
Você começa a discutir a situação.
So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academia's sages are the only ones in Sumeru who... Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know.
Você pode nos dizer alguma coisa sobre a caixa?
Right. Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha.
The Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
A Gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the Gnosis.
So, this Nahida you mentioned, what did she say?
She said, and Paimon quotes, the Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait.
O que houve?
I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace's wisdom?
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha?
Duvido, a maior parte das informações vem da Irminsul, que é aquela árvore lá.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right.
Pessoas sobre não sonham, informação sobre a caixa, fadiga mental, déjà vu. É aqui?
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a Gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God.
A gente acabou de falar isso.
Doesn't sound right.
Pessoas não sonham, fadiga, déjà vu.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before. That doesn't sound right.
Vamos lá, vai, bora.
My mind
Tô
feels
perdidão.
exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking.
Tá.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, my head's been feeling unusual. When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us?
Mas como ele faria isso?
Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specifics.
What's the point of doing something like that?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive
Certo.
mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain?
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
De alguma forma, não acho que vai ser assim. Não, vale a pena tentar. Vamos
Yeah,
lá.
I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words. When this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole thing to the
louco.
public.
Todos removeram seus terminais.
How does everyone feel?
Na verdade, eu também percebi algo.
What is it?
Sinto que no final de cada dia sempre tem um som de bip. E aí isso aí eu tô ligado.
Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
Ouvi esse mesmo som no Porto Ormus.
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway.
Que isso? São os Akasha? Olha ele aí.
Traveler, did you hear that?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head.
Tá ficando escuro.
We took off our Akasha terminals.
Vamos acordar na cama, quer ver?
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
But we cannot lose all of our...
E tudo se repetiu.
Paimon remembers everything!
Good. You adapted quickly this time.
Ontem, no fim do dia,
We took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
será que fomos implantados com alguma outra forma?
But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle. Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom?
It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about yourself.
I guess I'm the moon.
Tá.
The moon? Wasn't that the result of our divination?
Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues.
Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Tá ali o sequestrador, ela protegeu. A gente tá percebendo cada vez mais rápido. Aí tá sobrando tempo pra
There
gente.
you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Aí sobra tempo pra gente investigar. O dia. Temos só um dia. Algo não está certo. E ela tá sem machucado.
Dia?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
Você ainda não está se acostumando com o seu novo espadão? Sua falta de costume normalmente te causa alguns arranhões.
Shh! How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
Interessante. Sabe o que tá acontecendo? Cada vez que a gente repete, ela tá lutando contra os caras. Ou seja, tá lutando toda hora. Então ela tá pegando jeito com o espadão. Não é isso que tá acontecendo?
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Algo pareceu
Anything
estranho.
strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could... It's as if I've already used it to
Então,
fight a countless number of...
é isso aí, ó.
Saying that, although you don't remember using it, your body...
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Traveler, what do you think?
Será que é porque removemos o Akasha?
Yeah, Paimon's feeling really
Faz
helpful.
sentido, porque antes ela sempre se machucava. Será que já conseguimos nos libertar?
Oh, you're right. Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
Saberemos com certeza do final do
I
dia.
have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers?
How did you know what I was gonna say?
Forget it. Go and do your thing.
Tá aí. Então, tiramos o Akasha, não estamos tão presos assim. Aí se repetiu tudo. Vamos ver. Já melhorou.
Nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad?
Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight.
Hey, what kind of an answer is...
Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as it's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's fest?
Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already...
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
Ô louco.
Oh, Dad.
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that.
Tá bom, né?
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words.
Vamos descansar.
Yeah. Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really gotten to relax. Let's go back to our room.
Vamos ver se vai acontecer o bip de novo ou não. Ainda não tenho certeza não, mas vamos ver. Aí, ó. Peidou na farofa. Vai repetir tudo. Acho que a gente tem que ir aprendendo. É igual um roguelike. Tá ligado?
Still in the same day.
Não é tão simples.
Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? What?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your minds.
Tá.
Duke did that!
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have
Ô
been...
louco.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little...
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
Tá.
Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
De fato, a teoria do ciclo temporal está errada.
Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
É porque tá mudando os dias, ó. A mulher lá tá ganhando habilidades. A habilidade de luta está melhorando e a doença também piorou. É verdade, tem a doença também. Né?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gosh, how did we not notice that?
É, ué.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
Eu acho que nossas ações influenciam, pelo menos um pouquinho, o dia repetido aí, ó. Memória muscular, resultados da adivinhação. Vamos aqui, vai.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we That doesn't sound right.
Tá, então vamos aqui.
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha
Eu cliquei
operations.
aqui, jogo. Vamos aqui.
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory, and Dia was able to use her experiences to
Isso aqui
avoid
faz
injury
muito
in later
sentido.
samsara cycles.
E além do mais, a Dani ali tá cada vez pior. Então não tá se repetindo 100% o dia. Tá tendo, como é que eu posso falar, consequências de um dia por outro, né? Memórias deletadas diariamente.
If all our memories of a day are erased at the end of that day, then we would unwittingly relive.
Tá aí. Não estamos em um ciclo temporal. Em vez disso, nossas memórias são apagadas no final do dia.
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's
Sim.
why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword.
A brilliant deduction.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
That isn't simple at all.
Enfim, ainda chegamos na conclusão errada.
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right. She did help us find our latest clue after...
Vamos lá. Bom. Ela vai estar lá descansando, né? Provavelmente tá de manhã, então a gente vai falar com ela parada ali, ó. Ou não? Ela vai estar descansando no banco já. É que já passou a parte que ela tava aqui, é verdade, né? Estamos no final do dia. Não era pra ela estar aqui? Cadê ela?
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
Não tá machucada?
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Sim.
Hurt? Why would I? Don't under...
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a
Tá.
second.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of
Podemos ir direto ao
Oh,
ponto.
that works.
De repente você se tornou habilidoso com a espada. Por quê? Nós vivemos esse dia muitas vezes. E nossas memórias do dia são apagadas todas as
What
noites.
happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just...
Yes, your
É
memory is
isso aí.
being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think...
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zero's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
Faz sentido, né? Não, mas aí... não é só a memória, né? Os itens que a gente gasta... retornam também. Eu pensei sobre isso também. Mas se os sábios estão por trás de tudo isso... Se eles usaram os recursos de toda a cidade... Bem como as informações fornecidas pela Caixa...
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything.
Para manter igual
It's not
no
very
outro dia.
likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little long. Come with me.
Fala aí,
Miss
filho.
Dunyarzad, please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that.
Bom, qualquer coisa nova aí já tá bom.
I can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Verifique as provas de Tenria. Vamos lá. Vamos ver.
This is it.
O que é isso?
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days worth of... Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's
Tá.
true, but what if they did?
Tem isso também.
And the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control.
Tá.
The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I make. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Tá.
Is it really impossible? What if they use some fancy machine to carve every...
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it.
É, mas isso aí é verdade, hein?
The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
Faz sentido.
Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new Braincercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Até que essa mulher ajudou bem nós. A verdade é essa.
Back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
Não estamos no mundo real.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
Acabei de perceber que tem algo estranho.
Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
Porque nunca pensamos em sair da cidade.
Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought. Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
Devíamos ter pensado nisso há muito
How
tempo.
about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
Será que vai funcionar isso? Era só perguntar o cara lá e pedir a outra, tá ligado? E ao invés de pedir o número 4, pede o número 3, o número 2, que seria diferente, tá ligado? E aí sairia do limbo, maluco. Né?
We're back!
Voltamos, fia.
You're back early today. Did you find something?
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same
Já
time,
tentou sair da cidade?
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
É, enfim, pelo amor.
we did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got...
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came
Tá,
back the whole
então
night.
2 vezes a gente já fez isso e saiu da cidade, mas não voltamos.
But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of...
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Talvez a chave de tudo esteja aí.
Yep, something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
E o Bip? Ah, ele aí. Pelo amor, viu?
Our memories are back!
Tá, vamos tentar sair da cidade.
About that... Well...
Quer dizer alguma coisa, Paimon?
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Outra mensagem de quem?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Não há como voltar atrás. Há incontestáveis espaços. Nosso festival Sub-Zero na cidade é somente um deles. Essa é minha voz?
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in.
2 dias atrás.
It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Vamos tentar sair da cidade.
Okay, let's go.
Sério? Tô controlando desse jeito. Daqui a 2 dias atrás. Vá para os portões da cidade. Procura uma maneira de sair.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand...
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't...
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
Acho que não vai dar pra sair, não.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either.
Ué,
We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
claro que a academia não contaria seus planos para um Zé Ninguém.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this...
É, deu ruim.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Paimon, fique aqui.
Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
Sair da cidade pode provocar perturbações em nossas memórias. Precisamos que uma pessoa fique para testemunhar o que aconteceu.
What if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been
Se sairmos juntos, aconteceria o mesmo de antes.
Okay. Paimon will promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible.
Eu sei.
And please.
Vamos lá. Uma boa ideia. Será que nas outras vezes que a gente tentou, a gente deixou ela para trás?
Memories.
Vamos tentar sair da cidade. Paimon, o que foi?
Paimon thought Paimon would never see you again. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
Eu prometi?
Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Eu já tô aqui, fia. Eu não me lembro. Eu nunca te abandonaria.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday?
Paimon descreveu o plano.
I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
Ô louco. Tem certeza que foi isso? Você não estava distraída por um momento? Desapareci do nada?
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Eu nem sabia que esse ontem existia.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
Então, eles não restringiram o acesso somente à cidade. Eles também estão apagando a memória daqueles que saem.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Se nossas memórias serão apagadas, com exceção de memórias, podemos deixar algo para trás?
Something like a message? But how come...
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right?
Deixa comigo. Aos poucos a gente vai descobrindo. Aos poucos. Sumiu. Vai vir o bip e ela vai sumir, velho. Tem que voltar ela logo. Voltou.
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
You made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages.
To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this...
Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city.
Tá.
We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
Será que a gente vai sair da cidade e falar o que está acontecendo?
Let's expose those sages.
Eu ainda acho que você devia ficar aqui.
Alright. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since...
Até amanhã.
See you tomorrow, traveler.
Então será que eu vou sair da cidade, né? E vou salvar mensagens do meu Akasha? Que eu sumi do nada quando saí da cidade.
That covers everything that's happened so far.
Fui eu que deixei para mim mesmo quando saí da cidade?
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were out.
Okay.
Qual foi?
Now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the message.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
A gente tá preso no mundo paralelo, hein, maluco? Na verdade é essa.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of... But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable.
There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want?
Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment.
Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come?
The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha.
After the beep, Traveler said even the final space has also
Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Espaço sem presença humana, espaço real, espaço que estávamos ontem. Vamos ver cada um aqui, vamos espaço sem presença humana.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence.
Tá.
That doesn't sound right. I need to...
Vamos aqui agora.
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? That doesn't sound right.
Espaços que estávamos ontem.
My impression is that each day in this samsara, only ends at the...
Tá aí, vamos ver.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zero's festival, also disappears. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces?
Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats.
Valeu pela informação. É nóis, hein? É nóis.
So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy.
Segredo. Me dê um pouco de tempo para organizar meus pensamentos.
Where are you going?
Vamos ver. Vá para o banco familiar para organizar seu pensamento. Questão é que acho que tá bom o tamanho do vídeo, né? Eu devo ter cortado a parte que eu repeti a missão de ontem, tive que repetir tudo. Então eu acho que dá tempo de testar personagem. E é ele hoje. Xiao. Agora. Essa missão tá bem confusa. E a gente tá bem preso nesse déjà vu bruto aí, meu parceiro. Temos que sair o mais rápido possível, né? Mas conforme o tempo vai passando, a gente vai... Cada vez que a gente vai jogando, a gente vai pegando informações extras, né? Temos aqui o Xiao, um Akasha, um Yaksha, né? Um ser imortal que protege Liyue, também chamado de Conquistador de Ruim ou Guardião Yaksha. O louco. Tá aí. Ele tem o ataque normal, Conquistador do Mal, Domador de Ruim. Enquanto estiver sob o efeito da dança da Conquista do Mal, que é o ataque principal dele, todos os danos causados por Xiao aumentam em 5%. O dano aumenta por mais 5% a cada 3 segundos em que a habilidade persistir. O bônus máximo de dano é 25%. Tá aí. Dissolução de Eon. Queda do céu. Ao liberar vento, esse vento aí, que é a habilidade de letra E, aumenta o dano dos próximos usos em 15% por 7 segundos. O efeito dura 7 segundos e pode ser acumulado até 3 vezes. Ganhar um novo acúmulo atualiza a duração do efeito. Tá aí. E tem esse aqui, né? Diminui o consumo de estamina ao escalar de todos os personagens da equipe em 20%. Aqui o ataque normal dele realiza até 6 golpes rápidos. Consome uma certa quantidade de estamina para desferir um golpe com pulo. Vamos ver aqui, ó. Pô, louco, hein? É isso. E o golpe com pulo é esse. Ele levanta o cara, né? Parece que ele levanta. Tá aí. Vamos lá. O ataque, a letra E dele é o seguinte: Xiao avança causando dano ênimo aos inimigos em seu caminho. Pode ser usado no meio do ar. Inicia com 2 cargas. Segundo as lendas de outra terra, o mundo será um dia esmagado por 2 grandes rodas de vento. O domínio de Xiao sobre as lanças é transcendente, destruindo seus inimigos como aquelas lendárias rodas de vento. Que isso? Ele faz 2 vezes isso, mas também funciona quando estiver no ar, né? Se eu consigo pular e fazer, vamos ver. Olha lá, viu? Fiquei no ar, dá pra fazer no ar. Vamos aqui agora. Dança da Conquista do Mal. Xiao veste a máscara Yaksha, que há milênios, por Deus e ruim. Veste a máscara Yaksha, que há milênios, por deuses e ruim a tremer. Enfim. Máscara Yaksha aumenta consideravelmente a capacidade de salto. Então aqui que é o pulo, né? Aumenta a área de seu ataque e aumenta seu dano. Converte o dano do seu ataque em dano mínimo, que não pode ser anulado por nenhuma outra infusão elemental. Nesse estado, Xiao perderá a vida continuamente. Os efeitos dessa habilidade terminam quando Xiao deixa o campo. Colocando a Máscara Yaksha, Xiao se transforma no Conquistador do Ruim. Mas esse grande poder também lhe trouxe grande sofrimento. Alguns lhe chamam de a ruína de todos os males. Aí. Bora lá então. Play. O ataque normal. Aqui a letra E. Ó. E aqui aumenta o salto. Ó. Ele pula bem, de forma bem lenta, né? Dá tempo de você pensar no que fazer. Tá aí. É roubado, né? É dano físico bruto. Enfim. Eu acho que o melhor golpe dele é aquele ali, né? Como é que é? Nossa, galera, vou ter que fazer tudo de novo, velho. Não, não vou fazer agora não, amanhã eu faço. Sai da missão, gente. Deixa eu sair da missão. Não, não. Amanhã, quando eu for gravar, eu faço essa parte que a gente já fez hoje. Pô, brincadeira, essa missão eu vou te falar, hein, não. A missão tá maneira, a história que a gente tá preso, mas isso aí de ter que fazer toda hora a mesma coisa. Eu tive que repetir no início desse vídeo aqui também. Então no vídeo de amanhã eu vou fazer essa parte que eu já fiz hoje. E vou cortar até o momento exato que a gente parou na missão. Tá bom? É isso. Isso aí é meio esquisito aí. Não precisava ter isso não, é só salvar onde a gente parou, né? Mas enfim. Amanhã eu faço isso aí e corto do vídeo, tá bom? Espero que vocês tenham gostado, galera. O teste lá do personagem muito forte, vocês viram? É um dano bruto, né? E não sei se eu acho que eu não vou nem girar nele agora não, porque não sei se entraria no time agora, certo? E eu quero...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Né? Ele é muito forte, mas eu acho que temos planos diferentes. Temos que colocar o Andarillo no deck e tudo mais, tá bom? Mas é isso. Então amanhã a gente volta. Vou ter que fazer isso tudo de novo que eu fiz aqui hoje. Boa parte que eu fiz eu vou ter que fazer de novo, mas eu vou cortar do vídeo, tá bom? Vou parar exatamente onde a gente parou. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se puder, deixar o like, muito obrigado. E até o próximo vídeo.